Coming up on Valley News Live at 10, Fargo's mayor says COVID is over. What the state health department has to say about it.
If you're heading outside, beware of ticks. They're on the rise.
Plus, hair so high he could touch the sky. The man who's breaking records with his spiky hairstyle. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Always look at our wastewater. It's what's going on in wastewater. And this thing's disappeared. I mean, come on, take your summer back, because I'm seeing great vaccine rates.
Fargo's Mayor Tim Mahoney, who happens to be a doctor, says COVID is gone locally.
Despite his optimistic claim, health experts in the state aren't ready to claim victory just yet. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling spoke with the health department on where we're at in beating the coronavirus.
As more and more people are vaccinated, optimism is rising and city officials heading towards Memorial Day weekend. Fargo Mayor Dr. Tim Mahoney claimed this morning that COVID is gone, citing lower COVID cases and higher vaccinations.
And this thing's disappeared. I mean, come on, take your summer back, because I'm seeing great vaccine rates.
While COVID isn't truly gone, the North Dakota State Health Department says his claims aren't necessarily far off.
Right now, we are in a very good place. Our numbers are lower. We have seen a pretty significant decrease in the number of active cases.
According to the State Health Department, we are just below 50% vaccinated for North Dakota and need to get to 70% for herd immunity. The city of Fargo has come a long way since last year's Memorial Day. May 25th, 2020 saw 504 cases. This year, it was at 77.
Certainly, people can feel much more safe, I think, this year than last year. Certainly, again, if you've been vaccinated, yeah, it's going to be pretty safe.
Despite the lower numbers, officials are saying that they need to be careful during this holiday weekend.
We hope that people are able to do it and enjoy it safely, and we're optimistic that we won't see any spikes after this holiday.
In Fargo, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
During his comments today, Mayor Mahoney says that starting Monday, the mask requirements for city buildings will be lifted.
This holiday weekend is much different than last year's from a pandemic standpoint. We could sure use some decent weather to enjoy the Memorial Day events, family gatherings, and more.
Let's check in with Hutch and what's expected. Hutch?
Well, I'll tell you what, after the last couple of days of very chilly mornings, in fact, freezing temperatures in the teens, we do have some better weather right around the corner. However, Saturday will be the coolest day, and some of us having a chance of showers. Showers, a wonderful thing, because we still run shy in the water department. Now, we'll all have a chance of some showers throughout our Saturday as storms move through from west to east throughout the day, but not all of us will get them. 76 with an isolated shower or rumble of thunder on Sunday, and Memorial Day looks quiet and lovely indeed. Here's what we're watching out to the west. Increasing clouds will keep us from getting too cold tonight. Showers and thunderstorms in eastern Montana heading our way for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, the best chance of some frosty conditions in central Minnesota. Here in a couple of moments, we'll have hour-by-hour details in your forecast and take you right through the weekend ahead and look beyond in a moment.
All right, thanks, Hutch. A mother and child were hit by a car in Moorhead while riding their bikes tonight. It happened near 8th Street and 20th Avenue South. Luckily, both of the cyclists were checked out by FM ambulance and walked away with only minor injuries. The car involved ended up with a smashed windshield. No word on if the driver was cited. The doors have closed for good at Norman County West Elementary. School officials say they had to close the school due to continuous low enrollments. The city of Hendrum hosted an emotional parade today on this last day of school as the students said goodbye to their teachers, friends, and school.
It's in a small town, everything centers around the school.
The students will now attend the Ada Borup West School District after officials voted to merge Norman County West and Ada Borup.
A new canola crushing plant just north of the border may allow for more expansion of the crop in the state. The plant in Northridge, Saskatchewan will compete with facilities in Velva, West Fargo, and Enderlin. The company says it will be able to refine more than 500,000 metric tons of canola oil for food and fuel each year.
This certainly will be good news for canola acres in northwest North Dakota, where we've seen a rapid expansion in the last 5 years of canola acres in that area.
An executive with the Northern Canola Growers Association says a Manitoba plant is what helped start canola farming in North Dakota, so there is a precedent for growers sending their crops to Canada.
This is the start of the tick season, and experts in Minnesota say the mild winter and wet spring are leading to an increase.
Public health experts say ticks hatch in clusters, so it's not uncommon to find one or two on you or your dog right now. Jennifer Hoff has details.
Not only are there more ticks, but experts say they're young right now, so they live in clusters on leaves and tall grasses, so it's not uncommon to find more than one on you or your dog, and your risk of disease goes up in just a matter of hours.
There are 20 types of ticks in Minnesota, but the deer tick is most concerning. It spreads Lyme disease after contracting it from host animals like rodents. Your risk of getting it increases if a tick is attached to you for more than a day. And according to pest controllers, how it latches on is fascinating.
They have little hooks. Their front four hands have little hooks. They look just like hooks. And they just hang them out over the path. And as we drag by, those hooks connect onto animals, us, whatever it is, and that's how they hitch a ride.
Ticks live in shady, overgrown areas and will die if exposed to sunlight and short grass.
A tick really can't survive in a manicured lawn. They'll desiccate. It's essentially like putting a human in the Mojave Desert, right?
The U of M School of Public Health says a rise in ticks could also mean there was a large acorn crop, which can lead to more rodents that the ticks feed on. Out west at Baker Park Campground, Ken Schilling and his family say they do daily checks for deer ticks. They're easier to spot because of their reddish-brown body.
Yeah, makes you feel crawly all over, yep.
If you find the parasite on your body, use a tweezer to pull it out instead of rubbing alcohol or a match so it doesn't get stressed out.
A lot of that stuff can actually cause the tick to regurgitate into your body, and that could actually make it worse to pass some of those pathogens to you.
Matt recommends tick repellent for your clothes and 2 insecticide treatments a year to prevent the pest in your yard, while Ken says he'll brave the bug, especially this holiday weekend.
No, I'm not worried about it. Not to slow me down at all on camping and enjoying the day.
The tick season typically runs through July, but the deer tick will peak again in October.
Sam Cassidy, the gunman in the deadly shooting at a San Jose, California commuter rail yard Wednesday, had 22,000 rounds of ammunition, a dozen firearms, suspected Molotov cocktails, and multiple cans of gasoline at his home. Authorities say Cassidy reportedly set the home on fire before driving to his workplace, which is 8 miles away. That's where he's accused of shooting and killing 9 people before shooting himself. Authorities are still looking into a motive and whether Cassidy may have targeted specific co-workers while letting others escape. Authorities have said he appeared to have been a disgruntled employee.
Employers can legally offer incentives to employees to get vaccinated. The federal government says it's okay. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission said employers are not legally prohibited from offering incentives to employees to get vaccinated for COVID-19. They added there is no limit to the size of those incentives. The agency said in its updated guidance that companies administering vaccines themselves can also do so as long as the incentives are not coercive.
The United States Senate has failed to advance a bill that would have created a commission investigating the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. 6 Republican senators voted in favor of it, including Mitt Romney, Susan Collins, and Lisa Murkowski. The bill would have set up a 10-person bipartisan panel to look into law enforcement preparedness and response on January 6th. It would have also provided recommendations to prevent future acts of targeted violence. 5 people died when pro-Trump rioters stormed the Capitol building. 140 police officers were injured.
The U.S. Postal Service wants to raise the price of stamps. Stamp prices have been steadily rising over the past few years. Mailing a letter cost 49 cents in 2017. Now it's 55 cents. On Friday, the USPS proposed raising the cost of mailing a letter to 58 cents. According to an agency news release, if the price increase is approved by the Postal Regulatory Commission, it would take effect on August 29th.
Still ahead tonight on Valley News Live at 10. He's got a hairstyle that others may try to replicate, but won't be as good as.
And weather-wise this morning, we woke up to some mighty chilly readings. 20 on this thermometer in Carp. Nicole, thanks for uploading your photo. A gorgeous sunset tonight captured by our Home of Economy camera. We'll have hour-by-hour details on your 3-day holiday weekend coming up right after this.